Good afternoon and welcome to Starseed Tarot. I hope that this video finds everyone well. So for today, I wanted to discuss a topic, and I'm hoping that this can help with the collective's healing. So the topic for today is sound healing and diaphragmatic breathing. So this is about regulating your mental landscape and purging it of anxiety. Okay. So what exactly is diaphragmatic breathing? Okay, let's start there. So when you find yourself in a state of anxiety, diaphragmatic breathing is when you're breathing deep from a place right under your ribs, referred to as your diaphragm, hence the term diaphragmatic breathing. Okay? And what it involves is deep breaths in through the nose and exhales out through the mouth. Okay? And it's a self-regulation technique that's geared towards a sense of well-being. Okay? And it involves this deep breathing to syncopation. So syncopation, for instance, could be beats, right? So tick, 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 tick. Or it could be, for instance, to number sequence, right? So breathing in through your nose, 1, 2, 3, and out through your mouth, 1, 2, 3. Now, the reason why diaphragmatic breathing is so important is that when we're in a state of anxiety, first of all, there are two different nervous systems that regulate our body. The first is the central nervous system, which is responsible for our brain and also for our spinal cord nerve responses. And the other is a parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for unspoken responses, right? Like breathing, like blinking, right? So these are functions of the body that we don't think too hard on. They happen automatically, right? It's part of the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, okay? And our central nervous system, it controls how we think, learn, move, and feel. And it's a spinal cord that carries messages back and forth between the brain and the nerves throughout the body. Now, when we go through traumatic experiences, be that unexpected breakups, a sudden loss of finances, a death in the family, or the loss of someone that you're particularly close with, just as an example, it triggers our central nervous system. Okay? And when that happens, our mind can actually be flooded with a state of anxiety that we're not able to overcome. So these diaphragmatic breathing exercises are what help us to move forward, okay, through that anxiety and to work through it. Now, another technique that we can use is referred to as sound bowl healing. So if you find yourself to be particularly anxious or restless and you don't quite know the reason why, sometimes that can happen. Using sound bowl healing will help clear your space. Okay? And all you have to do is maybe take a wooden mallet and just take it around the singing bowl a few times. And that should help put you in a trance-like state so that you can regulate your emotions without all that anxiety taking over. Okay? Yes, so that's what I wanted to talk about in terms of sound healing and diaphragmatic breathing. Now, I also wanted to touch on the fact that anxiety can be so overpowering that it almost floods your mind to such a degree that you feel as though you no longer have control over your body and over what you innately know to be true. So let's say you have an inner knowing about something, right? your anxious state created through your mental landscape may actually convince you to go against the grain or against what you know to be true. So it's very important that we ground ourselves through anti-anxiety practices such as diaphragmatic breathing and through sound healing, so that we can actually regulate our system and make it so that our anxiety isn't leading, but our innate sense of well-being is leading, if that makes sense. And again, if you find this content to be influential, to be helpful in some way, please feel free to leave comments on my YouTube channel, okay? And I'll be sure to get back to you by email if you would like to work with me. I would be more than happy to work with you if you find this content to be particularly helpful, okay? Thank you so much.